Well, greetings and blessings to everyone who's hopefully going to be tuning in today. I hope that this day finds you doing well. Blessings and just peace to your inner being. And as we begin the show, I'm going to share with you a poem that I written in regards to the ancient, free, and accepted Masons, my brothers, and how I feel in regards to who we are in this thing we call Freemasonry. Today's topic in the show is going to be about the Mason slice sister and the tokens. Today's show is going to be about the Mason slice sister and the tokens. And we're going to get right into that. But right before I get started, we try to talk about things that most people don't like to talk about, because some may find it kind of taboo. Why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about that? What we try to do is to enlighten, bring up topics and subjects that are rarely talked about amongst Freemasons, but we know they talk about them anyway. So, we just try to keep it live, try to be honest as we possibly can. No candor, crossing all jurisdictional lines. This show is for us. And when I say for us, for those of us who enjoy a free and open subject in regards to Freemasonry and the Sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star. So if you feel that you are part of that, well, yeah, you are included when I say us. So I want to just first send a greetings to everyone who's coming on. Brother Collins, Traveler, Brother Gilmore, I think that's Tyson 2000, Calvin Robinson, greetings. Brother Whitty, greeting Joshua. Brother Barefoot. Thank you, I appreciate that. Greetings, everyone that's coming on. I just want to say it is good and pleasant to have you on, and I certainly appreciate you. I know that some of you are probably into your football games today. I hope that your team is winning. I don't, you know, I don't do the football thing anymore. Now, I'm not never saying that I don't watch the highlights when they come on the news. I just don't watch the game, you know, as it's shown on television. Today's show, I wrote a poem, and, I did it because I was just thinking in regards to who we are as Masons, and I'm going to share this with you right now. And we're going to have this in our souvenir journal for our Grand Lodge here coming up soon. So it simply says, my brothers and me are ancient, free, and accepted Masons, brought from the east to the west, neither naked or clothed, with a cable tow about our bodies, buried on a high hill and left for dead by ruffians who wanted our secrets. My brothers and me, ancient, free, and accepted Masons, we meet on the level, our actions are upright and true. We see integrity in all we do. We encourage our brothers to become good men. We act on the plumb, we depart on the square. My brothers and me are ancient, free, and accepted Masons. The lambskin apron is our badge. It has been worn by kings, princes, and potentates of the earth. It is more ancient than the golden fleets of Roman eagle, more honorable than the star or garter, or any other order that could be conferred on any given time. Therefore, by kings, princes, potentates, or any other person except he be a true Mason. My brothers and me are ancient, free, and accepted Masons. Hey, hope you enjoyed that little poem I wrote. So we're going to get right into it today. So today I was sent this topic by Brother Michael White out of Pomona, California. This brother has been around for a minute. I met him some time ago, over a couple of years back now, I would say, a little less. But he and I have had various conversations on the phone. He keeps me full of information, be it through email or just text. This brother really sends me a lot of information. So this particular subject he brought to my attention. It is in regards to the Mason sister and the tokens. We're going to get right into it. Let's see who else has just popped in today. Greetings to everyone. Brother Gilmore. Brother Alex, how you doing? It's always a pleasure to see you on board. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Brother Diamond, greetings, brother, greetings. Brother Diamond, I can't wait till this weekend is over. Not this weekend, next weekend, brother. I'm so excited. Brother, you don't even know. It's like a kid waiting on Christmas. That's how I feel right now. So I'm welcoming those who are about to come on. Greetings to everybody. Greetings as we begin the show today. So once again, we're talking about the Mason sisters and the tokens. So let's look at this here. Few Masons have or will take the time to make an extensive study of the craft. This is where tokenism plays a part. Some say that a token Mason is one who has been in membership for many years and his advancement is solely based on that membership. They come into the organization without any true ambitions. No thinking man can come into the organization without wanting to know where it can lead to. Sometimes about or how he can learn something about it and from it. It is astonishing with that advance that some Masons are tokens who do not understand the simplest ritualistic thing about the arts, but yet they reach for the empty honors of high degrees. If they are Scottish Rite, the house of perfection will not contain them. They would rather raise to the 32nd degree, not knowing any of the previous ones, yet contend to wear the double-headed eagle. There was once a Mason token whose greed for office led him to pass through all the grades, from the wardens of his lodge to the grand master of his jurisdiction, without a serious study or comprehension of the meaning of a singular system. A true, these men do great injury to Freemasonry. They are the wasp, the deadly enemy of the industrious bee. They are disgusting, not by the amount of knowledge that they possess, but by the number of jewels that they wear. By their personal and social influence, they have succeeded in elevating themselves in rank above those who are more Masonically inclined in knowledge. It must not be supposed that every Mason is accepted to be a learned Mason, or that every man who is initiated is required to devote himself to the study of Freemasonry, science, literature, and such. Would be foolish, because all men are not equally competent to grasp or retain the same amount of knowledge. This, however, does not justify tokenism. So today, as we talk about the tokenism Mason and sister, one who would rather have all the offices, the jewels, the accolades that comes with being a Mason, but don't put any energy in becoming a Mason or a sister of the order. All they want to do is the jewels. They just want to be in position, but they don't want to be able to really tell you about it, be able to have knowledge about the position. It is because of their longevity that they have been in these positions. Anytime you have a wishful master who doesn't really know a whole lot, but he's been in that lodge for so many years, and he's the wishful master for 10, 15 years, or a junior deacon who refuses to move, or a senior deacon, or associate matron, or conductors, or associate conductors. These people who hold seats, and because they've been there for so long, they don't want to move. Is it because they are afraid? Is it because of the tokenism that they have? And people have seen them there so long, they just revoke them back in without really thinking that if your organization tends to grow and you want it to grow, you have to be forthcoming in putting individuals in seats who's going to help your organization grow. Just take, for instance, within the months coming, November in particular and December, most jurisdictions around the United States are going to be having their elections. You're going to be seeing people coming out of the woodworks that you did not even know was a member of your lodge or your chapter. I'm just letting you know now that you must be prepared for the tokenism that is about to happen within your lodge. If you think I'm lying, those of you who have been around for a while know exactly what I'm saying. How did this brother become a worshipful master, senior warden, or junior warden? Yeah, he knows a little bit, but he really doesn't know the essence of the fraternal order. He has gone through the junior warden seat. Yeah, he swung through the senior warden seat, and now he's the worshipful master. But once he's there, you learn, and you know that he doesn't know a whole lot. He's not able to teach or to instruct. He doesn't know the symbolism of from which they come. What you have is a tokenism of a Mason. What you have is a tokenism of a sister of the. If I'm lying, somebody can say right now, Brother Hawkins, you are lying. That is not true. But I would beg to differ with you on that. Let's see what we have here coming up. Oh, I have seen it happen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you don't watch yourself, you'll see it happen again. I'm just here to point out some things that most of us don't want to talk about. See, when you have elections in your lodges and in your chapters, don't talk about what happened after the meeting is over, because you should make up your mind and make sure you have qualified individuals in the seats when you leave your lodge meeting, when you leave your chapter meetings. Those individuals who you elect to office should already be well qualified and suited for the position. They should be able to instruct. They should be able to give lectures. They should be able to run that chapter and that lodge accordingly to the Constitution and bylaws for which governs it. And not just be a token person, not just be one that wants to be in a clique, but one who wants to lead that chapter and that lodge forward. Today, as I was sitting in church and the minister was bringing forth the good word, what I noticed in church is that life has been sucking out, has been taken out of the church. And I say that because most ministers I'm finding out now are token ministers. All they do is preach the same routine sermon over and over again, just with a different little spill on it, but it's the same thing. And I find an equality this happening across the board with leadership. I don't know necessarily what's going on, but what I'm seeing is that most leaders are afraid to step up and be leaders. They're more of your token leaders. There's somebody in the background that is pulling their strings and telling them what to do and what not to do. Yes, it is good to take good counsel for those who have been around for a while, those who have led the organization in a prosperous way. But allow me to share this with you. If you have a good lodge and a good chapter, and you allow someone to come in and cause disharmony within your lodge and within your chapter, you're going to have a lot of tokenism going on. That's true. You're going to have that. Greetings from the UK. Welcome, welcome. Brother Muhammad, how you been? How you been, my brother? It is good to see you. It is good to have you aboard. Assalamu alaikum to you. I hope that this day has been a blessing to you, my brother. Great. Greetings. Went from senior deacon to senior warden in less than 3 months. Now see, that's suicide. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know? But hey, it is what it is. If they put him there, if they did it, they did it. And this is why, brothers and sisters, we must take responsibilities for our lodges and our chapter, because we got a lot of tokenism going on across all jurisdictions. And I say tokenism because there are individuals that we know are not qualified for the positions. There are individuals we know that is no good to the organization, but because they may be well financed. You know, they may have a little money about themselves. Maybe their prestige in the community, you know, you want to have them on board. But they mean the organization no good. What they're doing is they're taking the name of the organization and using it for their own good. This is what they're doing. We know that across the board, brothers have done that, sisters have done that, have taken the name of the Masons and Eastern Stars for their own benefit. We know brothers and sisters who have come through the organization, hung around just to say that they are part or were part of, and they use it as a get out of jail ticket, or they may use it for a loan from a friend. They may use it for other ignoble things. Well, you know exactly who I'm talking about because they're in your lodge as well as mine. Yes, sir, they're there. And we know exactly who they are. But what happens a lot of times is that we tend to allow things to go on and just pass by because you think that you're keeping harmony because you keep your mouth closed. What you're doing is you're destroying the very thing that you say you love and you enjoy. That's what you're doing. If you know the worthy matron is not worthy and well qualified to set as a worthy matron, but yet you vote to put her in, and even if you did not vote to put her in, you kept your mouth shut, thinking that because you didn't say anything, that would keep peace and harmony. But once she begins to get in office, you find that she's a hellraiser. You find that she's not all about the organization, she's about self. You find that this woman that you have as your worthy matron is cut up. Oh my God, and you really don't know what to do with her. She's there for a whole year, and you can't get her out of office. I guarantee you next time you need to really be sure about who you're putting in office. Is that person really looking out for the organization, or are they looking out for themselves? This is something we have to consider when we are putting individuals in office. Are they just a token? Are they the ones that's going to lead us? What are they really bringing to the table besides their money that they may have in their pocket, or besides their prestige that they may have in the community? Other than that, are they going to really bring some real serious leadership to the organization to where they're going to be able to move the organization forward? What do they bring? Are they going to really give us that oomph that we need because of their name, because of their finances? Or are they going to be the one? Because now that they're a member, they're going to use this organization until they can't use it no more. It happens all the time. This is why it's very important that if you sit on the various committees for an individual who's seeking membership into your jurisdiction, you must make sure that that person is going to be a fit for your lodge. I'm not saying that he or she may not be worthy or well qualified, of lawful age, and well recommended. I'm saying, but you have to make sure, investigating team, that this person is going to come in and be part and want to be part of a successful lodge or chapter. This is what you have to make sure of. And you don't want a token person there. You want a person who's willing to be a free thinker, one who may enlighten you, one who's going to share information with you that's going to enlighten you. One who may have connections, but yet they're so humble enough to share what they have till it goes unnoticed. You want individuals in there that's going to be able to leave the footprints upon your life, not washed away, but leave them to where you're able to look back and say, that person made an impression upon me. Because when you begin to bring individuals into your chapters and lodges as tokens, you're doing a disservice to the entire Freemasons and the Order of the Eastern Star. You're doing that. All right, let's see what we got here. Greetings, Curtis. How you doing today? Greeting, New Black World Order. Great to have you along. Brother White, what's going on? Brother Tony, for reading that information, you stumbled a few times. Just hope the listeners understood. I did stumble a few times. I'm going to read it back over. I appreciate it. I did stumble. And it's okay to stumble as long as you don't stumble and fall and don't get back up. That's the problem that we have a lot of times. We stumble in life, but we don't want to get back up because we are afraid. Never be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure because it will consume you. There are some things in my life that I know of personally that I'm not good at. But just because I'm not good at it doesn't give me the right to quit. It doesn't give me the right to be a token and say it's not okay. It is not okay to quit. It is not okay to be a token. But some of us seems like that's the thing to do. Just look around. There once was a time when, during my age, I'm showing my age, there once was a time where the minister, the teachers, and the principals were very highly and respected communities. They were someone to be looked up to. They were someone you wanted a job because Miss so and such. You wanted to be the principal. You wanted to be teachers and lawyers and doctors. Whatever happened to that growth? Whatever happened to that? Because something must have happened to where we find ourselves so out of tune. These individuals that was once highly looked up to are now highly saying, you know what? Forget you. No one wants to go to church anymore. You have to ask yourself that. Nobody wants to really go to the mosque or the synagogue or where. Nobody wants to go to Sunday school anymore. What has happened now compared to then? What has happened to our leaders, those who are supposed to be leaders in the community, and they just take a step back? We have some great leaders in this country. African American leaders, Negro leaders, whatever. We have them. But they seem to me as if they're more token than anything else. That's just my opinion from what I see. I can be wrong. Now, somebody can say, no, brother, no, that's not correct because of such and such. There are very few leaders that you can count on your hands who is willing to step out and say, this is not right. Very few. And trust me, those who come out that way, we all know that they get snuffed out sometimes along the way. We all know that somebody comes up with some trash about their past and what they done. See, those token individuals who like to come out like that, those are the ones you must be mindful of. To have a token in your lodge or in your chapter is very dangerous. To have someone just there because they want to be part of. They don't, I just want the name. Just give me the name. No. See, because as Mason and Eastern Stars, we are supposed to be a representative of something other than. Because I know if I got in any type of trouble or situation, and God knows forbid that, it's Hawkins, oh my God, that guy, yeah. That is why it's important. As I said before, the only thing you really have is your name, and you need to take care of it. You really do. My parents once told me, if you do anything out of the ordinary, make sure you do it by yourself. Make sure you do it by yourself. Because to have someone to hold a secret over your head, he or she, I'm just saying. And make sure this, whatever you do and however you do it in life, whoever you do it with, make sure that everybody in that circle has something to lose. Hear me clearly. Whatever you do, whoever you do it with and wherever you go, everybody in that circle that you hanging with has to have something to lose. Because if they don't, the word will get out. The word will get out. The most frightening person in the world is a person that has no beliefs. Because they don't give a damn. The most frightening person in the world is those who have no beliefs. They just don't give a damn. So now you're looking at this token Mason, this token Eastern Star. Let's look at it. It says they are the wasp, the deadly enemy of the industrious bee. Now we know in Freemason what the bees represent. And if the wasp is that deadly to the bee, look at what he or she would do to your lodge or your chapter. I'm just saying, it is something that you have to consider when you're looking at a token Mason and a token sister of the Order of the Eastern Star. One who really just want the name. One who, they can care less about your success. It's all about them. And this is what you have to watch out for. Absolutely. Without the bees, we will all die. The bees play a great part in nature. You know, I don't know everything about the bee, but I do know that they're one industrious group of insects. You know, I do know that. But some of you may know a little bit more about the bee than I do. And if you do, that's great. But let's take a look at this wasp. This wasp, which is deadly, which is one of the most deadly enemies to the bee. Just look at what they do. And the wasp, they don't build a huge nest, if you ever notice. The wasp nest is only about the size of a cup, maybe the size of a cup. The wasp nest is not that big, but a beehive is huge. And a few wasps can kill a lot of bees. So just pay attention. All right? So let's go on. They say they are distinct. Let me see. Let me make sure I say this right. Because Brother White said I was stumbling through it, so I don't want to stumble through anymore. So let's look at it. It says about the token, it says, without a serious study or comprehension, the meaning of the singular symbol, a true token, these men do great injury to Freemasonry. Clearly saying that the token masonry don't even understand the level, the compass, the square, the plumb, the gavel, or the chisel. He doesn't understand those things. He's not trying to understand them. He's looking for name and title only. That's it. It's all about him. It is not about the totality of the organization. And see, in the first part of this, it says a few Masons have or will take the time to make an extensive study of the craft. Okay? A few Masons would take their time to make an extensive study of the craft. This is where tokenism plays a part. Some say a token Mason is one who has been a member for many years, and he or she has advancement solely based upon their membership. I've seen it in my own jurisdiction. I fought it, and I got kicked out. You hear me clearly? I've seen it in my own jurisdiction. Not my Grand Lodge, but on a national level. I fought it, and I got booted out. That's truth. I am not lying to you. That is truth. I seen it. I fought it. I got kicked out. Within about 2 years, I was gone. Out of the Scottish Rite and York Rite body. On a national level. Now, if they could have gotten me on another level, they'd have did that shit too. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real about it. As much as I love this fraternity, as much as I enjoy the fellowship, traveling, the whole camaraderie of Psalm 133, as much as I enjoyed, I've seen some things that have made me shake my head. And as my boy Arsenio Hall used to say, I'm just saying. And I'm quite sure some of you can say the same thing. I'm quite sure some of you can say the same. And you know what I'm going to do one day? I'm going to share that story with you in regards to how I got kicked out of the Scottish Rite and the York Rite in my national jurisdiction that I was once part of. I'm going to share the whole story with you because it cracked me up. Oh, I'm going to share the whole damn thing. Put it all out there. I'm going to tell you names and who was part of it. And just what it is. It is what it is. Because you know what? When you are a true leader, you fight for that which is right. Right. I don't care what jurisdiction. When you are a true leader, you fight for that which is right. See, a token only sits by and allow. Wait on their turn. I come across quite a few of them. A token sits by. They say something every now and then, but they don't say a whole lot. They just wait on their turn to be in that seat. That's what they do. And I was told all I had to do was be quiet and not say anything. I was told that why I had to say something. I was asked, Brother Hawkins, I'm going to tell you the position I had. I was the lieutenant. Let me see. No, I was the prior in the United Supreme Council. I was the prior The most puissant sovereign grand commander asked me this. No, he didn't ask me. He told me this. He said, all you had to do was be quiet. You don't want your seat? And yeah, I told him, the hell with a seat. That's what I told him. And after that, I was out. That's true. I'm just being blatantly honest with you. That is a fact. Hey, what's up, Elijah Shabazz? What's up, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you. True wages spread diseases and viruses and all the beneficiary honey, bees and such. Oh, okay. Greetings, everybody. I'm just trying to catch up on some of the comments. Never mind names or titles, because that's the distraction of the craft with itself, because of the labels instead of the labor. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I appreciate that. I do. That's some good advice right there. That's some good advice right there. Greetings, everybody. What's up, Brother Copeland? How you doing? Honor is better than... Absolutely. Absolutely. Honor is better than clout. Absolutely. But that's the funniest thing to me. After I blew the whistle, stood up for some people, a whole Grand Lodge. I stood up for a whole Grand Lodge because I found that it was not right for them to do what they were doing to this particular Grand Lodge. But they felt the need to do what they did. And I was like, no, that's not how it's going. You know, I've held some high positions in Freemasonry. And, you know, it is what it is. But it just ticks me off that those who I thought had a backbone, those who I considered to have a backbone, had none. And if Darius Green, my good friend Darius Green, who's now the Grand Master of Keystone Grand Lodge, which was organized in 1907 or 06, something like that, he can vouch for me at the very thing that I'm saying. He was there. He was there. But I found that too many things was around me. I couldn't get nothing done. I couldn't move anything forward or push anything back. I was surrounded. And I tell you what, another good friend of mine can vouch for that. Brother Melvin Little out of Atlanta, Georgia. He was there when it took place. Well, he saw the after effects. He saw the after effects. But when you have tokens in your organization like that, man, it's gonna be hard. They ain't gonna last long. The organization will not last long. Let me put it to you like that. The organization won't last long. They won't. Because people are going to come up and they're going to say something isn't quite right. They're not going to last long. I say that to say this. Even after that, I'm going to give a big shout out to Grandmaster Dave Munoz, who's a very good friend of mine. He's a past Grandmaster here in California under the Hispanic Grand Lodge. And he and I have great conversations together. And he shared with me some things, and he's part of the Scottish Rite or North America. And this is where my Grand Master received his 33rd under their jurisdiction. And so you can always forge those relationships. See, you must understand that if you're truly going to be a traveler, if you're truly going to be a sister of the Order of the Eastern Star, and when you know that Masonry is bigger than where you at, and you don't necessarily have to be part of the tokenism, other doors will open. Just saying, other doors will open. And we must realize that. We must realize that. And when you understand that, it's so much better. It's beautiful. You really begin to get a grasp of the organization in its totality and how big it is. And before I log off tonight, I'm going to send a big shout out to those who traveled to Texas over the weekend. Man, I was supposed to have been there. They had a big Masonic event there in Texas, Sogia. And for those who was able to go, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And my flight got canceled, so I was stuck. I was stuck. I couldn't get out, you know. So I had to cancel the remainder of my trip because of the weather in Houston. Boy, Houston, why y'all managed to get some weather like that, by the way? And if you're in Houston, I hope that you're safe and well right now, because Friday and Thursday, man, flooding and thunderstorms and 800 flights canceled. I'm just saying. Just wanted to throw that out to you. But anyway, back to the topic. Tokenism. Or may I say the Masons and Eastern Stars and the tokens that comes along with in your chapter and in your Masonic lodges. Let's see who's got something to say today. Do you think that may have happened to the late, great John G. Jones? He didn't go along to get along. You know what, traveler? That could have happened. That could have actually happened. Now I'm going to share this with you. This is how crazy it got. So after I was, I'm going to say kicked out. I was not expelled. I was like, I'm going to have to get back. I was kicked out. They then say they want to thank me for bringing a couple of new Grand Lodges to the General Grand Masonic Congress. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm just being honest. I was pissed. I was like, what? Now you're going to say thank me? Oh no, we don't go out like that. I made the like, hey bro, look, I'm no longer part of that jurisdiction anymore. Now, if you want to proceed and go forward with that, that's on you. That brother told me, he said, Brother Hawkins, I've been knowing you for a long time. He said, if they'll do that to you, what did I think they'll do to me? He backed out. There was another brother who, with another Grand Lodge that was coming in. He backed out. And they was like, no, if they do it to you, what do you think they're going to do to us? You know, so my thing is this. Be very careful of the bridges you burn. You know, even though my man Rock 101 said blow them motherfuckers up, some bridges need to be blown up. But just be careful. Just be careful, because you don't know. You just don't know. So going back to your to Traveling Man, what he asked, yeah, that's very well could have happened. When you don't go along to get along, people will find a way. Tokens will find a way to cause you hurt. Okay? They will find a way to cut your legs from under you. They will. Because they like it. Because they like where they're at. You know, they like wearing the collars and the jewels. They like that. So yeah, it can happen. It can happen to any of us. If you don't believe me, one day while you're in your lodge meeting or chapter meeting, you know something is going on, stand up and see what happens. Just stand up. Go against the grain on righteousness' sake and see what happens. Just go against the grain for righteousness' sake and see what happens. Greetings, Brother Fred. How you doing, bruh? Hawkins, what is the modern solution? Oh, shit. Brother, I don't have an answer for that one. Brother Alex, you saying what is I don't have an answer, brother. I don't. I would just say to every jurisdiction, be aware who you're bringing into your organization, regardless how big or how small it may be. Just be conscious of the individual. And why, we ask the question, why you want to be a Mason? Why you want to be a member of the Eastern Star? And we hear these answers 90% of the time. I heard it was a great organization. I wanted to be part of something that was bigger than me. My mom was an Eastern Star. My dad used to be a Mason. My uncle was a Mason. They give you all of that, but they never tell you why they want to. They told you about who they knew was one, but they never tell you why they wanted to be part of. Oh, well, my best friend, he told me that the organization was great. I should become a member. That's what you get. That's 98. That's what we get 98% of the time. We really never get a full answer. And the answer they're giving us is based upon their relationship with someone else who's a member, based upon something they have read, based upon something they have seen. But they have not yet given you a truthful answer of why. Because if it's based upon something I've seen, if for self-gratification, if it's based upon my friendship to somebody else, it's still self-gratification. But if it's based upon me becoming a better man, a better woman, and want to be around people who wanted to see me be successful, that's different. That's different. I don't have an answer. I don't. I mean, I try to find solutions to questions that I ask, but that one is kind of a little difficult right now. It may cause me to go back and look and to see if I can find a way in to that solution. We can't not be afraid to stand up when we see things happening in our lodges that is not going according to our own constitution and bylaws. You can't be afraid. You can't be. If you are out with a group of people and you know that John is a Mason in another jurisdiction, although your jurisdiction don't recognize John's jurisdiction, but you know John, and you guys are the best of friends. You guys ran together, but now you find yourselves in different jurisdictions, and he's approaching you. But you with your boys from your lodge, and you don't grip him, and you know that he's a Mason in another jurisdiction, and you want to kind of shun him. You token mother. We can no longer be friends after that. No, sir, you can't talk to me one way, and then when you with your boys or with your girls, you want to shun me. No. And that is in itself a problem. So you got to be aware who are your true friends in this thing we call Freemasonry. Regardless of their jurisdiction, who are your true friends? Because there are some individuals I know, based upon the relationship we've had, they are in various jurisdictions that I know I can give a call and say, hey, look, bro, here's my situation. Can you or can't you? Or where can I? And because of our relationship, be it Masonically and the friendship that we have, I can find the relief for which I'm seeking. I can't say that about anybody else, but I'm just talking from my own experience. And some of you are right in this group and you know exactly who you are. Because I would do the same for you. Period. I would do the same for you. Because Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star is bigger than where I'm at, and this being true, then I need to apply that. The jurisdictional thing is only applied to my jurisdiction. Those lodges and chapters which work up under the Grand Chapter and Grand Lodge. Period. But outside of that, when I'm not in meeting, I'm just saying. So for those people that are not the 99% that you said are different, but yet I'm not a Mason, what about me? Well, brother, I would tell you this. If you are looking to become a Mason, or maybe it's a sister, I don't know, I'm just reading a question. I see CVRDO1. If you are looking to become a Mason, I would say that when you are being interviewed, you need to also ask questions. Once again, if you are looking to become a Mason or an Eastern Star, you also should be asking questions. You don't want to be part of a lodge or a chapter that's not really doing anything. And when I say not doing anything, they just meeting, collecting dues, a lecture here, a lecture there, but they ain't really putting forth effort in the community. Nobody knows their name. You don't want that. If you want to be a part of an active lodge, an active chapter, one to where it is embedded in the community for which they're a part of. Okay? So you want to be part of something that is doing something. Things that are not doing anything are dead. Things or items that are not doing anything are dead and are not needed. That's truth. So that's what I would say to you, brother. So what I try not to do, and some brothers say I shouldn't do it, I try not to say, oh, come to my lodge, come to my chapter. I try to say, look, wherever you at, find one that fits you, because they're looking for brothers and sisters that's going to fit them. So you make sure that they're fit for you. You have to do that for you. What else we got? How do you know that research on the proper chapter that you speak of? Okay, so this is what you do. If you know of a person who's a member of the Eastern Star or Lodge, you know them, and you know that they're a Mason in the Eastern Star, and you're interested in joining their chapter or their lodge, sit back and watch them. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Then you can approach them. Because, see, they're supposed to be the example of a Mason in the Eastern Star. Okay? I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm saying they're supposed to be the example. And you must look at man as not perfect, so therefore if you have to look and weigh the flaws, okay, and the standards. Check them out and see what they're all about. Sit back and watch them. Hold a conversation with them. You don't have to let them know that you're interested, but you can talk with them. And then sooner or later it'll come out. Hey, well, I'm interested in becoming a Mason. I'm interested in becoming an Eastern Star. Oh, are you? Yeah, I am. But I watch you, brother. And from what I know about the Mason and Eastern Stars, I don't know about your lodge. Because if your brothers or sisters know the things that you was all about, would they still consider you as a member, or would they want to bring you up on Masonic charges? I'm just saying. Pay attention. Because we are paying attention to you. And that's what I do when I approach a person in regards to Masons or Eastern Stars. I watch them for a while. And then I approach them. I say, I think this will be very useful to you. What's that, Brother Hawkins? Becoming a Mason. Why do you think it'd be useful to me? Well, let's have a conversation. There is my dialogue. That's my dialogue. What do you guys think about Jay-Z using a logo of a Masonic pavement as a symbol for his company? I don't care. The symbols are out there and he can use them. Period. But for those of us who know, that's a different thing. For those of us who understand and know the arts and sciences and symbols and what they mean, that's a different thing. I've seen people who are not Masons in the Eastern Stars with shirts on, and I approach them in such a way. I'll say, that's very interesting. Tell me about it. Oh man, I like this shirt. Well, why do you like that shirt? What that emblem is all about? I would like for them to explain it to me. Then when they can't explain to me what they're wearing and why they're wearing it, I say, well, that's an occult. Are you part of a cult? What are you talking about? That represents occultism. This right here, that's what that means. That what? Oh, they be wanting to take the shit out quick. Y'all know they do. They be like, what? No, I did my uncle like that. My uncle had a beautiful Masonic ring. I went home. I was surprised. I was like, oh, wow, my uncle is. I was like, damn. It's like, Unc, I likes that ring. Yeah, I bought it. I was like, oh, how much you pay for it? Now you know I'm looking for the answer, right? Oh, I picked it up from the pawn shop. I was like, really? I said, do you know what it means? "Oh, it's a beautiful ring." I said, "Are you part of that occult? That secret society? I didn't know that, Unc." Oh man, he took that ring off. I ain't seen him wear that ring yet. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call him and see if he wants to sell it. It's a beautiful ring. It is really beautiful, for real. But he's using a Masonic symbol for his company, and he's not a. No, JC is not a Mason. If Jay-Z was a Mason, boy, you talking about some people be like, glad to have, you know, be it whatever jurisdiction. If we knew Jay-Z was a Mason, we'd be like, yeah, that's Jay-Z right there. No, unless he's part of a particular Masonic jurisdiction that does not release names, and they are out there. There are Grand Lodges that will not release the names of their membership. They don't have to, But from what I gather and from what I've found out for myself, unless somebody else has something they want to share, Jay-Z is not a Mason, not at all. Okay, so Widow's Son says there was a lawsuit against the Indiana Mailing Company for using the square and compass as they were sued. Well, I tell you this here. I seen the union. Let me see what's the name of the union. The Carpenter Union. The Carpenter Union uses the compass and square as their emblem for masonry. Try to sue them. They do. I thought I was in Vegas about last month, and the Carpenters Union. This is how I know the Carpenters Union was holding their conference in Vegas last month, and I was there. And I seen the brother with the compass and square on his shirt at a glance. And I walked over to him and said, "Hey brother, how you doing?" He said, "Hey brother, how you doing?" I said, "All right." I said, "I like that compass and square." He said, "Yeah, we're part of the Masons Carpenters Union that's here." I was like, "Oh, okay." See, you got to be careful. And some of you probably have seen them with their emblems like that. It has the compass, a square, it has a hammer, it has a level, it has it all. But nowhere are they part of the masonry. Not the so-called speculative masonry. They are more operative masonry. They actually do the damn work. Okay? What was the outcome of that suit? Which suit, Brother Larry? Which suit are you talking about? You talking about the one I was involved in? Which suit? Or the one the brother was just talking about? The lawsuit. Greetings, Sister Jennifer. How you doing? Hawkins, I just asked a private citizen which Masonic Lodge is constantly helping in the community. Okay, you asked a private citizen which Masonic Lodge is constantly helping in the community. All right, I think Jay-Z is a 5%er. No. Jay-Z is just now beginning to even talk about being conscious. There's no way I would consider him to be a 5%er, a 1%er, or any percenter. Money-wise, yeah, money-wise. But, as far as information and knowledge, nah. One day, I'm going to be doing this video, and y'all are not going to hear a dog bark. And after that, I may not do another one because my grandkids are going to have a fit. I'm just saying. All right. Okay. Operative, okay. What's up, Randy Taylor? What's going on with you? I hope all is well with you and your family. Blessings and peace. I hope, as always, that somebody is getting something out of this show today. I want to thank Brother Michael White out of Pomona, California, for sending me this information on the Masons and the tokens, as it's called. But I had to add the sisters in there because you know what? Whenever most shows on Freemasonry come on, they always want to leave the sisters out of the picture. You never leave the sisters out of the picture. Even when Masonry was beginning its journey, The sisters were left out of the. Hey. In 1813, they came on strong. They was already around, but 1813 is the year that they popped on the scene real heavy. Let's see. Wu-Tang's 5%er. Jay just been rocking that. Yes, brother Gilbert. Yeah, you absolutely right, brother Terrell. Absolutely. In my jurisdiction, I was told if I can't protect it, I can't wear it. That's a good jurisdiction. Brother Copeland, what jurisdiction are you in, by the way? Oh, Kevin Robinson, you laughing. You saying Jay-Z is a Mason? Laughing out loud? I disagree with that. You know, I seen a picture where it was supposedly been him sitting in the audience with some Masons. I don't know if that was photoshopped or whatever, but I don't agree with Jay-Z being a Mason unless I've seen some proof of what lodge or something like that. Other than that, like I said, unless he's part of a lodge that does not produce its membership roster, and there are those grand lodges that do that, I'll leave it where it's at because I don't know. I don't see anything that tells me that he is. Jay-Z wore the emblem once, 5%, but hasn't. Never claimed affiliation. Absolutely. That's where I'm at right there on Traveler. There are thousands of Masonic lodges that help the community. There is. There is chapters too. Like I said, I can't forget my sisters. There are many of Eastern Star chapters that do the same. And in the process of doing that, those token Masons and Eastern Stars, you know, they show up when you're ready to do the work. You know, there's only a core group of people in your lodge or your chapter that actually does the work. Then everybody else comes on and feeds after that. Oh yeah, that's my lodge right there. They proud. Oh, that's my chapter right there. After you done bust your ass for the banquet, for the dinner, for the scholarship fund, for the community cleanup, after you done bust your ass. You all in the newspaper. You done the work. Everybody's like, wow, such and such a lodge or chapter did such and such and such. Now they want to be in a picture. They come along and yeah, you know, that's my lodge. But they wasn't there when the work was needed to be done. Be it selling dinners, be it at the banquet, the cleanup, whatever. They were not there. They showed up for a photo op and they claimed that they was a part of the lodge or they was a part of the chapter. Those token Masons and Eastern Stars. That's what they are. You have to be very aware of. They sit right there, bruh. They sit right there. And they're just waiting on their turn. Waiting on their nomination. Hell, if you don't watch it, someone nominate them on their own selves for a large position. I'm just saying. Oh, Kevin, he says yes he is. Okay. If that's your claim. I remember that what's my man? Rick Ross put out the album Freemasonry. And my boy from California got at him. He didn't claim being a Freemason after that. That's a fact. You can YouTube that one. Rick Ross was on the carpet, and my brother named Freemason got at him, and he asked him, "Are you a Freemason?" And I know my brother had that compass and square big as daylight on his chest. And Rick Ross said, "Nah, man, I'm not a Mason. I'm not." Holler back at me. That's true. I give a St. Jude's Hospital $70 a month, and Shriners and Children's Hospital $30 a month. It's $100. Hey, brother, congratulations, widow son. That's what we need. Hold on just a second. I have a real phone. Hello? This Sister Hawkins is on. She got a call on the cell. On a cell phone. All right. Thank you, Grand Matron. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back. That was my Grand Matron. calling for my wife there. She was like, can I speak to Sister Hawkins? I'm like, she's out. She got to call her on the phone, on her cell phone. But anyway, let's get back. I'd like to know what lodge Jay-Z is in. Just because someone puts sound, symbols, and stuff in their videos doesn't make them a Freemason. They could just be using, you doggone Skippy. CVRDO1, I agree with you 110% on that. Just because someone puts these sounds and symbols and stuff in their videos, they don't have to be a Mason. They can just be putting it in there. You know, it's sales, brother. You gotta look that. It's sales. They're looking for sales. Anything controversial, sales, they're rolling with it. And it's a business. It's a business. I would only believe Jay-Z was a Mason through lawful information and due examination. Absolutely. I likes that, Grandmaster Diamond. I likes that. I saw that video. Yes, Rick Ross denied being a Mason. I'm just saying. You know, the video he put out, you know, was cool. And if any of you ever noticed, your boy, your boy, what's his name? R. Kelly. R. Kelly did a video, had a compass, had a collar on, Eastern Star collar on. I'm like, what in the hell? Yeah, go check that video out. He's coming down the stairs with the collar on, and it was an Eastern Star collar. You know? So a lot of people play on Freemasonry to make money. They do. You know, and then we got them tokens, Mason and Eastern Stars in our lodge, that do the same thing. So you have to be careful. You know, it's hard. I mean, it's hard because we want good individuals. We want people in the lodge, in the chapter that's going to really push forward, really help grow the organization. And, you know, sometimes you strike out. And sometimes you hit a home run. You know, so those are chances that we take when we do interviews with people, because people will show you exactly what they want you to see until they get in and they get it and they get a position or wherever. Then it's like, holy smack. You know, when they become your treasurer and you got a few $1,000s, maybe 100,000, whatever you may have in your treasury, and you look around, this person is writing checks off your personal treasury account because nobody does an audit. And you be upset. This has actually happened. I know for a fact, in a mainstream Grand Lodge, and you can look this up for yourself, the treasurer stole over $100,000. Yeah, he did. He in jail now, but he got he hit him up pretty hard. That lodge was well off, but he got them. Now, whether they recuperated any of that money back or not, that I don't know. But that's a true story. And like I said, if you don't believe me, what you do is go Google Masons who stole money. Man, you'd be like, damn, stuff will start popping up you wouldn't believe. You know? Mason Knight. Yeah, Mason Knight. But he's no longer doing the Masonic stuff anymore. He's doing some other stuff that's pretty intense out here in California. I tried to get with him one time, but it's hard, man. That dude be everywhere doing some stuff. Everybody wants the photo op and be benefits of being affiliated, but it can become a challenge to get Guinness brothers that believe in the services and benefiting by service. Oh, that's hard. Jesus deceived by Judas, Joseph sold into slavery by his brother, Cain killed Abel. Ooh wee, boy, you had to hit hard, didn't you? You had to hit hard. Oh, that was a good one right there. I wish I could post the pic of him in the lodge. Okay, is it a lodge setting or is it the one where he's sitting in with a group of brothers at like a St. John's Day? I've seen that picture. Now, if he's sitting in an actual lodge, you know, that may be something a little different. You know, and it may be something a little different. I may have to go and see if I can find that. And if you want to be so kindly, why don't you email that to me? You know, email that to me, and I'll share it. You know, if you can't post it here, I can definitely post it on my community page that I have, and definitely get at it that way. You know, that's not hard to do at all. We can definitely find out if Jay-Z is part of the craft. You know, because that wouldn't be kept long. If Jay-Z was a part of the craft, that nobody would hold that one. They'd be like, yeah, you know, check out my man Jay-Z. No, 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 no. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can pull it up. See what I can check out here. Yep, that's my thing. That's what I believe. So once again, I want to greet everybody who's coming on right now. And I'm going to put my email down here. If you want to send me that picture, brother. I certainly would appreciate it. Jay-Z sitting in a title lodge. You know, I appreciate that. That's the email. And if you want to call into the show tonight, you're certainly welcome to do so. That number is 619-985-1184. If you want to call in tonight. I only got a few more minutes left, so hit me up. Substance over symbols. Let's see. A non-Mason has to be very careful wearing the light. Some brother will go in. Oh yeah, some will. Some brothers will, but you must be careful when you're walking up to people talking about you're going to take something off of them. You're liable to catch a felony. You have to be careful. If you know of a person that's not worthy of wearing the compass and square or the emblem of the Eastern Star, and you know that, you need to just say, you know what, that person over there, they're not a member, but they got the emblem on. I've told this story once. I was in McDonald's, I was in Denny's, one of my favorite places to go eat, and hanging out with the brothers. And it was about 10 of us at a table, and this gentleman hit one of us up. You know, gave it to us. And he looked, like, oh, okay. He said, Brother Hawkins, go over and holler at him. You know, I went over and said, hey, brother, how you doing? Conversated a little bit. I Q&A'd a little bit. Like, okay. I went outside to see it. I said, well, you know, it's possible. It's possible. They said, Brother Hawkins, ask him for a traveling card. I was like, oh. Went over to ask the brother for a traveling card. The first thing he gonna tell me is, oh, I'm not a Mason. I just like the philosophy of Freemasonry. I have books. Ain't nothing I could have done. The only thing is that I must withhold the privilege of being a Mason. That's it. And the privilege is that if I found him to be in need on the Masonic side, you know, just say, you know what, nah, you know. I mean, I ain't never said I wouldn't help. I just said on the Masonic side, you know, there's a difference. Greetings, everybody who's coming on. At Calvin Johnson, now Walt Disney was a demolayer. There are pics of him with the Freemasons. So maybe Jay-Z worked closely with Masons for something. Could be. But not only was Walt Disney a demolayer, he was a 33rd degree. That's a fact. That I know for myself. That's true. That's true. You can find that out easily. That he was not only a demolayer, but he was a 33rd degree Mason. We're talking about Walt Disney. Yeah, I seen the porn actor too wearing the compass and square. He was getting it in. I'm just, you know, hey. Oh my God. Boy, I had forgotten about that one. Ooh wee. Now don't think that I'm all, you know, come on now. I mean, Brother White, you had to post that one up, didn't you? Oh my God, Brother White, you killing me with that one, bruh. Oh, Brother White. Oh man, yeah. He was, you know what? Let me tell you what happened. There's a story behind that. So the gentleman, he was a porn star, it's true. He had the compass and square on, right? He did the whole video. And afterwards, he got a few phone calls. He did. He really, really did. And that was the end of it. And the only reason I know is because there was another brother who I personally knew. That was his cousin. And he had to, hey, bro, you can't be wearing that trying to do that. Well, he wasn't trying, but, you know. Oh, my God. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see it coming. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. Be careful of Masons from Cuba and Haiti. Why would you say that, Widow Son? Why would you say be careful of Masons from Cuba and Haiti? Just asking. Hey, Brother Michael, my son called me on that one. Yeah, y'all know it's, yeah, oh yeah, so y'all got the name. Yeah, babe.
Quick question.
What?
Court date.
For who?
What time?
When?
When?
What court date?
Come here.
Hold on, hold on.
Court date for me. Court date is gone. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it.
Huh? I gotta go back. Oh, that was the wife asking me something, man. You know, a happy wife, a happy home. So don't be tripping to my Hawkins getting summoned by his wife. Yeah, I go see what she want. But anyway, I'm back, guys. Hey, I appreciate you holding on for me. All right. All sin belonging to the Most High is called for. Oh, I must have missed something. Let's see. He said that's when all the conspiracy theories came out about around the time he dropped that song. Oh, okay. I don't want to talk about Jay-Z. We are giving him too much energy. Well, yeah. If you talk about a person a lot, you do give them energy. You really do. All right, Kelvin Johnson. Well, I wonder if people have asked him about it. Then if he's being so blunt about it. Interesting. Let's talk about the movie National Treasure. Woo. Look, I'm gonna say this here. I don't want to be on too long, because I'm gonna go catch the sunset with the wifey. That's gonna have to be for another day. I'm gonna have to call it a night, gentlemen. I appreciate everybody for coming on. I really do. And RDO1, that's going to have to be for another day. That's a good topic to talk about, you know, National Treasure, the movie. And there may be some truth to that. There may be some truth to that, you know. So we're going to get ready to call it a night. And everybody that's coming on and that has been on, sisters and brothers, I want to say how much I appreciate you. And trust me, we do. We who are members of the Research Lodge certainly appreciate you. And if you have subscribed or emailed me in regards to becoming a member of Research Lodge number 147, your information is forthcoming. I've already, Brother Terrell, hit me back. I think we're going to have to talk. But I got your information, and you should have it this week. Okay, I certainly appreciate everything. I certainly appreciate everything. As we begin to close out tonight, let me read this real quick, because they don't speak English. So when you are approach someone and they don't speak English, you automatically going to take that I'm a Mason, and they're okay. All right. Okay, so look, we're gonna get ready to go. Everybody, peace and be well. Blessings to you and your family. And you know what? I love each of you. And whatever you do, always keep your light on and stay out the bushes. I'm out.